It's Thursday, December 17th, and the time for your Barbados Today morning news update. Telecommunications provider Cable and Wireless Communications Flow Barbados has been accused of helping China spy on Americans through the use of its phone network. The charges come from mobile network security expert Gary Miller, who, according to The Guardian, alleged that Flow in Barbados and the Bahamas Telecommunications Company allowed China to use its networks to target, track, and intercept phone communications of U.S. phone subscribers. In response to queries from Barbados Today, Liberty Latin America, the parent company of Cable and Wireless, did not give a definitive response. The company, in a brief statement, maintained that robust security policies and protocols were in place to protect its customers. It said it took its commitment to data protection seriously and are carefully reviewing the information in the Guardian article. Miller, who has spent years analyzing mobile threat intelligence reports and observations of signaling traffic between foreign and U.S. mobile operators, said in some cases China appeared to have used networks in the Caribbean to conduct its surveillance. Residents and businesses along Highway 1 are growing increasingly restless about an extended road rehabilitation project that appears to have no definitive end in sight. Businesses in particular say they have been dealt a double blow, first from the COVID-19 pandemic and now from the initiative that is threatening to slash much-needed Christmas profits. Meanwhile, for those living in the area, the eagerly anticipated repairs are now starting to feel much more than a mere inconvenience. Here is what some had to say.
You had COVID, and now you have this road. We do cater to a lot of people on Highway 1 as their road home and to work. A lot of people stopped coming obviously because of the traffic and the dust. So people that would come for food or would come to watch a game would be looking pretty much elsewhere.
And in terms of the fall off, I don't know if you could speak percentages, but approximately how significant has the fall off been?
I would say roughly 25%, 30%. We still, now we have a few tourists coming in because they're on the west coast, so obviously it helps that they're just coming from the hotel surrounding us. But fall off is being pretty big, especially at night. During the day it's not too bad, but at night it's very, very quiet.
Then should start when the road, when they boiled off, the road when it was time. Time.
Oh, right. Makes sense.
Then they had no big lot of cars playing road, and they had a big lot of people. You know,
makes sense.
You get more faster. But when you got the road block up on the night, and people go and get more up on the mornings, then they got the road block up with all holes in it.
The first time that they've been doing the road works, our sales have been slower than usual because a lot of the traffic diverting to the highway rather than coming down here to the down. Because when they get here by the gas station and they go down to the highway, they have to turn around because they can't pass. So obviously anybody coming in this area will be people that are actually working or living in the area or has business in the area. So in terms of business, losing business, we lose business, maybe I could say 50% of our business. Wow. Right? We're doing business in store, but we're not selling a lot of gas.
Efforts to reach Minister of Transport, Works and Water Resources Ian Goodin-Edgell for an update on the situation were unsuccessful, but Barbados Today has been reliably informed of plans for a walkthrough of the affected areas by relevant authorities. Former Government Minister and Member of Parliament for St. Lucie, Dennis Kellman, has formally announced his intention to withdraw from elective politics. In an interview with Barbados Today, Kelman, who lost his seat in the 2018 general election, revealed that he has been retired by the people as well as the Democratic Labour Party. TLP President Verla de Pisa also disclosed that a new candidate to represent the constituency was chosen in February this year and would be formally announced along with others next January. One of the nation's longest-serving MPs, Kelman was elected in 1994 as one of 2 opposition parliamentarians. He served for 24 consecutive years, 14 of them in opposition. Residents and businesses are still installing video surveillance systems despite the current economic climate. Managing Director of Security Cameras Barbados, Terry Blades, tells Barbados Today there is a growing interest among homeowners and business operators in acquiring closed-circuit television systems.
There's a big demand right now, right? Because we do get a lot of requests right now for cameras, right? So it is definitely a big demand right now, and it's on the rise right now.
Meanwhile, Managing Director of CCTV Camera London, Ian Clark, said having worked in the industry in England for the past decade and seeing the power of what CCTV can do to help people, he decided to bring the same concept to Barbados.
When a camera is put in the right place with a professional sign, people will take it seriously and they will think twice before committing a crime. So what we try to do is prevent crime from happening before it strikes. But if it does strike, we're going to have identification images that are usable for the police, and they can use them in court for to solve any crime.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To news from the region, Guyana surpasses 6,000 cases of COVID-19, even as the country recorded 2 more deaths. More from Gordon Mosley of News Source Guyana.
The spread of the coronavirus in Guyana is not slowing down. The Ministry of Health also announced today 2 additional coronavirus-related deaths, as the country surpassed 6,000 cases of the virus. There are 666 active cases. The 2 latest deaths have taken the total number of deaths to 158. The latest fatalities were identified as a 93-year-old man and a 71-year-old woman who were both residents of Region 4. Based on the figures released by the Ministry of Health, the country recorded more than 1,000 new cases in less than a month. The majority of those new cases are from Region 4, which continues to see the most flouting of the COVID-19 guidelines, with liquor stores and bars slowly reopening their doors and secret location parties being held every weekend. While the country has recorded more than 6,000 cases of the virus since the first case was recorded, it has also seen more than 5,000 recoveries. Still, health officials are concerned about persons ignoring the COVID-19 guidelines. Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony has been pressing citizens to be more responsible.
And finally, officials place over 6 million people under a winter storm watch as a snowstorm bears down on parts of the U.S. East Coast. The storm is expected to stretch from Colorado to Maine, and warnings are in place in 14 states, with some areas predicted to see as much as 2 feet of snow. More from CBS News.
The first major storm of the season is already creating chaos. Paramedics in Pennsylvania dodging death, nearly hit by a sliding truck. Slick roads causing this pileup in Virginia, and slippery conditions sending tractor-trailers off the road. Now the storm is heading north, where preparations are underway in New York City for up to 10 inches of snow.
This could be the biggest storm in several years.
The storm comes as the nation is still in the grip of COVID-19.
If it's not one thing, it's another. This is our first weather emergency of this pandemic.
COVID testing sites are shutting down in at least 8 states, and there's concern tonight the weather may halt some shipments of the Pfizer vaccine. Pennsylvania is under a state of emergency and expecting its largest delivery of the vaccine tomorrow.
Our team is ready to work collaboratively to address any issues that arise with vaccine transport and distribution.
UPS tells CBS News the vaccine is their top priority, and they'll continue making deliveries as long as roads and airports are open and it's safe to operate. But some are welcoming the snow, as school districts in some states are closing early or entirely tomorrow. Jefferson County, West Virginia schools emailed parents they're taking a snow day, writing, "This is one thing our kids won't lose this year."
That's news. But for the very latest, visit us at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. And you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.